learn.
Oh.
What would you like to learn about?
These are animal tracks here?
Animal tracks and scats. You want to start with the smelly scat?
Probably animal tracks,
Let's do
and
the
probably the
tracks?
bigger ones, I
Yes.
suspect. We did have a mountain lion in our yard last January.
So a good
Yeah.
difference with the mountain lion, I don't have an example of the mountain lion tracks, is that the mountain lion is, and the bear, or mountain lions and coyotes.
And this, you're Alicia?
Alicia,
Okay.
from Lookout Mountain Nature Center.
Okay, thank you.
The mountain lions are related to the cat family.
Sure.
And so the coyote and the foxes, those are related to the dog family. Okay? And do you have a dog or a cat at home?
Not anymore, but we did. Yes.
You had a both?
Both.
Or both? So when the cat walks, do you hear the nails on the floor? No.
No.
But when a dog walks, do you hear the nails on the floor? Yeah, so that's a really good indication when you're looking at the tracks in the snow or in the mud.
Sure.
If you see the claw marks, then you're probably looking at some sort of dog family. So it could be a dog, could be a fox, could be a coyote. If you don't see any claw marks, could be a mountain lion. Now the mountain lion's paws tracks tend to be round. Okay? And then the coyotes tend to be a lot narrow. This is a fantastic book. I would highly recommend.
Mammal Tracking of North America. Okay.
This is fantastic.
Yeah.
So it's got the space between how they walk and how to measure it and stuff
Okay.
like that. This is fantastic. So that's a really easy way to tell when you're walking around and you're like, oh, is that a mountain lion? Well, do you see claw marks? But you got to remember, nothing in nature is black and white.
Yeah.
So sometimes if the mountain lion's running, you might see claw marks.
Oh,
So it's
okay.
not black and white.
Okay. Or scampering up a hill or
It's
something
slippery
like
or
yeah,
something like
sure.
that. And the coyote, a lot of times you don't see all 4 claw marks. You might only see the middle 2.
Okay.
It's just
'Cause
something
they're
that we
the-
don't, it just,
They're just the longest.
yeah,
probably,
yeah.
I'm guessing.
Yeah, and
From
another
dogs
way
and-
to tell between, because it's coyote and dog, I wouldn't be able to tell, but if I see a straight line, I'm gonna bet it's coyote. If I have my
Oh.
dog, so you could just watch these dogs right here, they're not gonna walk in a straight line, because they don't have to conserve energy. They get
Okay.
fed, they
Okay.
know the
Oh,
meal's
so they're
waiting for
doing
them.
it to
So they're
conserve-
just, let's have
they're
a party. And
So
the
they're
coyote's like,
conserving energy.
I don't have time to play around. I need to
Mhm.
get
I
from
gotta
point A to
find-
B.
Wow, I
I
never
have
thought of that.
I have a mission. I'm not just looking at smelling trees.
Yeah, so when you're
Okay.
looking at tracks, you
That's
kind of have to
interesting.
think a little bit of where they going, what time of year is it, and
Uh-huh.
things like that. Okay, one of my favorites, and I just start because you're always learning. So one of my new favorites was learning about this guy and this
Mouse?
guy. So this is a vole.
Okay.
And you can tell this is a vole and not a mouse because look at the size of the eyes. Very,
Tiny.
very small.
Guess I better get to
Tiny.
the eye here.
Mhm.
I don't know if you
Because
can
we don't
see.
hardly ever see these guys.
don't think
No,
you can see
why
them.
don't you see these guys very often?
They're
They're
underground.
Yeah, because they have small eyes.
And
They don't need
they
to see.
like to eat everything we're trying to grow.
Exactly.
Mhm.
This is
All
your
the good
nightmare.
ones. My,
is your-
yes.
and this one
my
too.
poor daughter is I thought they were bigger than that, though.
This is a pocket gopher. Now there's 2.
Oh.
Voles live underground, but so do pocket gophers. Look at
Yes.
those teeth. And look at those claws. So they're
Mhm.
digging.
We'll get nice and close and
I
try.
didn't realize the vole was
Okay.
that much smaller.
Yeah. So they live underground. So
Ah.
this guy is leaving this in your
Shiloh loved that.
in your in
Yeah.
your yard. They're leaving these
Yes.
tunnels.
Esker. or something?
Yeah. Exactly. So after it snows and it melts away, you'll have that in your yard.
Yeah.
So that's this guy. This guy, you're not going to see his tracks because he's under the ground, under the snow. If it was a mouse, they're on top of the snow with their tail marks. Okay.
Okay.
So mice,
Are
big
they kind
eyes.
of hopping there, the
Yeah.
3-prong hop there,
I think so. Yeah, it does look like that. I like that.
like a small rabbit.
But this guy brings me to this photo, which is, do you see this right here?
Yeah.
This is
Scratching or something?
this is the ultimate. And
The
look,
tail?
this is huge. Now this is because it's
Okay.
a photograph. This would maybe be like this big.
Okay.
So right here
Okay.
are wings.
Oh my goodness.
It's a great horned owl. and it's going
Okay.
after your vole under the snow.
Very good.
And he didn't get it this time, and so he jumped over and got it that time.
Oh, you can tell he got it then, huh?
No, I like to think he got lunch. But you're right, not always successful. I like to think he did.
Yeah, we had great Cornells, a lot more down in we saw more in Centennial than we do
Oh.
here.
We had a track that began in the middle of the yard, and I wondered if it was some kind of bird coming down to get something.
Yeah.
Because
recently.
first I looked
I
at
love
it,
it.
it came all the way here, and then it disappeared. What, did it take off?
Yeah,
Or,
where'd it
or
go?
maybe it landed.
Maybe it landed. Now your crows, they hop around a lot.
Okay,
They actually take their beak and poke holes in the snow,
okay,
looking for things to eat.
okay.
So that's a very
Look
common
at that.
one.
So the owl actually puts its wings down,
Well, yeah, because he's
'Cause
flying
he's-
down and he just,
Yeah.
lightly.
landing.
You know, this is probably powder snow. It's not
That's-
like this snow
Yeah,
here.
that's cool.
Yeah.
That is a fantastic
So great horned
picture.
owls are everywhere. They're a generalist species, so they're comfortable as long as they have a good open meadow,
Yeah.
because they've got that huge wingspan. They can't be flying through narrow trees. Trees all close together. So wherever you have mice in a wide open area, yeah.
And we'll ask you that later. but
What kind of trees you guys have in your yard?
Mostly pine up here.
What kind of pine?
Lodgepole
Lodgepole.
and Douglas fir.
And Douglas fir. So just like this park. Lodgepole and
Yeah.
Douglas fir.
Jim knows his trees.
Good, Jim. It's pretty tricky. Then you probably have this guy.
Not too often, but once in a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do have some. We have like one or two. There's not nearly as many
They
as
must live in a
chipmunks.
different yard, but we see a black one, the aber,
Now those live in a ponderosa pine forest, so you must also have ponderosa pine trees.
down lower
Mhm.
on the hill. Yeah.
Mhm. So if you have those squirrels, here's some signs of the squirrels. And this is their, no, that's a snowshoe
Because
hare.
they eat it. Okay, that's how they.
So they only eat, from the trees, so they're eating the seeds. They
Okay.
also eat the inner tissue called the cambium inside the bark.
Okay.
So you'll see a bunch of these things on the ground. This is what the pine cone looks like after they eat it, like corn on the cob.
Yeah.
And they're after the seeds, so they peel those bracts back, and then they eat the seeds.
So they're not eating the bracts, they're
Okay.
just pulling them off.
Exactly, and that's why you'll see piles and piles of bracts, because they're going after, look
Yeah.
at their little fingers.
Yeah.
That's why they can do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're so cute, but they can.
They
really
are.
just-
They are
Probably-
very
no,
loud.
Between them and the chipmunks, and we've got a lot more
Oh,
chipmunks.
yeah.
So, but the chipmunks don't do that, or do they?
The chipmunks, that's a good question. I think they do. These guys don't hibernate, so
Okay.
they're eating all year round. Where the chipmunks, they are hibernating in the winter.
Oh,
And so, but
thought
I
they s-
think,
Okay.
so these are tree squirrels, the bigger ones with the big fluffy tail.
Yeah,
Those
yeah.
are the ones that are all year round, but your chipmunks and stuff, they'll go, I'm pretty sure it's like all
I
ground
thought-
squirrels hibernate.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
I thought I read where
I might be wrong then.
I don't know, but I thought I read where chipmunks didn't totally hibernate, but they do slow down their
Was it
Oh,
called-
okay, not a technical hibernation,
Was it
maybe
called
it's
Yeah.
called
Topor?
Topor, yeah.
Yeah.
Good job.
Well, and that they, they're not storing it in their cheeks like squirrels do so much, but that they hide it places.
Yeah, little places to hide, yep.
So they're
Yeah.
they're not totally asleep.
They're
from
not,
what
I think they're just slowing down
Because they
like you
must be
said.
looking for they must be getting up to look for their food that they stored.
Yeah, maybe
Right?
they
I
don't
don't
have
know.
to eat as much because they're not as active.
Yes.
Yeah.
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 I just wasn't sure.
Yeah.
That's why
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
I just remembered reading something like that.
So that's your tree, that's your squirrel tracks, how they
Okay.
hop,
Oh, okay.
Hop, hop, kind of look like bunnies.
Yeah.
And now this is your snowshoe hare. And you can see how its back legs are in front, so the snowshoe hare is actually coming towards you. So this is its front paws, and this is the
Oh.
back.
That might be. I think that's like what I was seeing.
Okay.
So it could
but
be a
they-
rabbit
they
or
were
a snowshoe
really-
hare. Yeah.
They were really
Okay.
big.
Yeah.
So this one right here is coming towards us.
Yes. Yes.
but the back legs are the bigger ones, and
Uh-huh.
they touch down a little bit with their front legs before their back legs
Huh.
hit or something?
I think so. I think it's kind of like that backwards like that. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's
Wow.
that. Yeah. And the deer and the mouse. The deer do
Yeah.
direct register, so that means wherever this goes, the front leg goes, then the back leg hits the same spot.
Oh,
So sometimes you'll see a double print, and
Okay.
sometimes you don't. Maybe, they miss it or something like that.
Okay.
But a lot of times they do that direct register, so one on top of the other, and that's to keep them quiet. The deer are walking, and they know my front leg is here.
And is this a deer or an elk?
Oh, this one's an elk, yeah.
Okay.
And here's your deer.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, sorry
Wow.
about that. So the elk and deer want to be quiet because the mountain lions are listening. They're
Okay.
making a lot of noise.
Okay. Now with deer, I see not all of them, but some of them kind of do
They jump. They do a hop.
Oh, I see that too, yeah.
instead of just walking,
yeah.
they have,
Yeah,
and
so
I
I
didn't
guess
know
there's
if,
different strides. I don't know what that means. If
I
they're
didn't know if
just
that was
kind of,
a young buck or something like that.
yeah, yeah, no, I don't know.
Kind of a parade walk
That's a
instead.
good question. Yeah, so the deer, the elk, and the sizing, huge difference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's hard to, when I'm out there and I'm hiking and I see deer prints or elk prints, it's sometimes hard for me to decide that must be deer or elk because I don't have anything to compare. But
Wow.
when
that's
it's
big.
really big,
Yeah.
it'll be a
That's
giveaway.
gotta be.
That's as, big as your fist, just
Yeah,
about.
that's true.
like that.
That's true.
Wow. Well, that's great.
I mean, you're welcome to go into scat.
Okay,
now, too.
let's look
But-
at scat real quick.
But we don't need to keep you.
Yeah, we'll just do this real quick and
You're
then we'll.
probably frozen.
I'm getting a little cold.
We don't need to make you
Good.
freeze.
I just want to show you you were asking about mountain lion. Now look at that mountain lion. This is all hair. Now mountain lions eat nothing but deer. Sure, they can eat a skunk or a raccoon or whatever, but usually it's deer.
A
Oh.
lot of hair.
And a lot of hair, and when it's dark color like this, it's very enriched with blood. So the mountain lion, of course, is eating a lot of blood, and you'll see that in the color of the scat.
So that would mean a new kill, not an old kill?
Very good. Because if it was an old kill, like if
Wouldn't be
the
as much blood.
exactly, and maybe more bones because it's scavenging a little more and it's
Sure.
getting more bones in here. So depending on the phase of the kill, the scat will reflect that.
Okay.
Um,
We haven't seen any mountain lion or scat that I knew of.
I was wondering though, one time I saw something similar to that,
You got a
but,
scat casserole there?
but, oh boy.
bear scat.
Bears.
Now this is
Bear.
a fall bear scat because you can see the seeds in there.
Now, was it in one piece at one time and fell apart?
It was, yes, more clumpy, but it was still kind of like this.
Okay.
Bear
In the
scat
summer-
casserole.
Yeah, it is. Now, just like the mountain lions, depending on what the bear is eating, the scat will look different. So in the summertime, you'll see more grass, you'll see more insects, and it might be clumpier.
Okay.
In the fall, it's eating a lot of fruit and nuts, and it's going to look a little different, a little more scattered.
Okay.
This one, I'll just show you this one, and then this is 2 coyote. So this one is summer scat. All these are grasshoppers, and this is a bone, and this is a lot of fur.
A lot of fur, okay.
Yeah.
So grasshoppers versus little mice
Yeah,
or something
yeah.
like that.
And you could see seeds in it too. Coyotes will eat seeds a lot. South
And how about the
valleys.
difference between deer and elk?
Oh, that's a good question. Let's do that size
'Cause
thing.
one looks like milk duds.
They all look like milk duds. It's just about the size. I love, when I do kid programs, I bring milk duds with me. I put them out in the sun. And then I squat down, and the sun is melting the milk dud, right? Just a little bit. And I'm like, the way you can tell if it's male or female, and then you pick one up and you eat it, and you get all grossed out. I didn't come up with it. It's something that we all do as naturalists. Oh, I get a lot of respect.
So then the
out
kid's
of that.
off a couple minutes later, hey mom, this one must be a girl. It's real sweet.
So here we go. This is rabbit, deer, elk, moose.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
And I'm pretty sure this is, I mean, look, the size of
Wow.
this is very different, the moose and the elk.
Yeah, even
Yeah.
those two.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
that was fun.
Cool.
Well, we don't need to make you freeze anymore.
Thank
And-
you.
Alicia, if
I
you
think
would-
that's pretty much all that I had was just
Okay.
short and condensed.
And if you'd like, I can send you a link to this if you want one for yourself.
Oh, you know what? No, that's fine. I was gonna think that maybe no, I don't need it. But
Okay.
thank you. You
Okay.
come visit me at the Nature Center. If you guys have scat, take a photo of it, email me. I usually have cards with me, but I don't. I could write it down.
Okay, sure, that'd be
I have
great.
a pen. And so I always, not